Mm. Hello? Parang mahina yung mic ko ngayon, no? Okay, sabihin niyo lang pag nagdodoble yung ano parang sa akin nagdodoble. Ay, hindi kasi bukas kasi yung Twitch ko. Ayan. So, okay naman. Hindi naman masyado mahina or ano, or malabo yung ano. Sabihin, nagde-degrade na yung mic ko. Oh my God, we have to fund my mic again. I have to get a new mic. Yeah. Welcome to the stream, guys. This is Marcel Cruz. It's another episode of Bullgar. And meron naman tayong sandamakmak na news. And of course, sandamakmak na shoutouts na nakafocus sa PH VTubing community. And let's see kung ano una nating news for today. Oh, also, I heard on live is about like in this weekend na. So,
Bruh.
hello. Oh, parang mas malakas yung bruh na sound kaysa doon sa mic ko. But I guess that means I really need to get a new mic. Nagde-degrade na to, ibig sabihin. Meron bang property to boost the thing? Yeah, bruh is louder than me kasi I think my mic is tanggalin natin yung noise suppression. How about that? Let's see. Let's remove noise suppression muna. See if that's gonna work. So, last time okay pa yung ano, last time okay pa siya. Pero senyales na to. To be fair, medyo matagal na kasi itong mic ko, mga 20 mag 10 years old na yata. 20 mag 10 years. Yeah, 10 years old na. So, yeah, mahina mahina na talaga siya. Papalitan ko na lang next time. Unless may boost dito, can we artificially boost the thing? Wow, ngayon tayo nag-research ng ano. Gain, blah, blah, blah. Wala talaga. Oh well. So, yeah, next time sabatan tayo. Find the new mic, something like that. Pero, that doesn't matter. Ang importante, rinig nyo ako. And we are gonna be working on a bunch of different news right now. One by one lang tayo, of course, as usual. Alright, let's do this. And ang first news natin for today, gutom na ako actually. Kaya ako natagalan ng setup. Nalaman ko nagtitinda ng sinangag yung nandun sa labas. So yeah, first news for today, let's start with door-to-door shipping. So ano ba ito? So kung kayo nagrereklamo ng Lazada nyo medyo matagal, ito malupit. Ibang level to. Yung Lazada na yung mismong delivery ship na yung ng Lazada yung pumunta sa iyo, no. So imagine you're just chilling in your home, in your I guess this is a beachside property. And then suddenly surprise, meron kayong barko in front of your doorstep. Sir, ito na po yung shipping nyo. Literal na ship talaga yung pinadala sa inyo. And yan ang unang news natin for today. So basically this was just an accident that happened noong May 23. A 440-foot cargo ship called the NCL Sultan ran aground just outside a home in Bineset, Trondheim, Norway. And it kind of looks like it crashed to the backyard. So thankfully it didn't actually made contact with the house. Otherwise, that's gonna be super bad. And the funny thing is that at least remove the middleman when getting your package from a literal ship. True. This happened this happened while the neighbors were asleep. And the funny thing is that itong may-ari, if you can see the picture, there's a house there. Hello, Big good morning. So, kung makita niyo yung bahay dun sa lower right, yung may-ari nan were completely unaware that their ship that there's a big ass ship in front of their house. They didn't know that the thing was right there until their neighbors started telling them. Nauna pa yung mga kapitbahay na if judging by the picture, parang malayo yung mga kapitbahay nila. So, ultimate marites, no? So, sobrang marites mo, naunahan mo pa yung may-ari ng bahay na malaman na na may nag-crash na ship sa tabi ng sa tabi ng bakuran nyo. Sabi lang, pre, may barko sa bahay nyo. Ano yan, bago ba yan? In-order nyo yan? Tapos tawag dito, ano to, sabi dito, mga sir ma'am, pwede pa check kung may package ako dyan. Alam mo yung yung sa delivery ng Grab, kapag marami silang order na kasama, sometimes it takes forever for them to sift through di ba usually may sako sila kapag multiple orders. So it takes forever for them to sift through the sack just to get your item. Imagine mo na lang ganito yung wait lang po ma'am, bubuksan lang namin yung crate isa-isa. Itingnan lang po namin kung alin dito yung delivery nyo. Tapos nandito po sa pangatlong crate sa pinakalikod ng ship. Yung mismong ship is ano po last name patay? Ano po Reyes po, something like that. That's generic pa, no? De La Cruz, Reyes, Rosario, mga ganun. Ramos, Lopez, mga ganun name. Pero in fairness, di ba? Makakatipid ka sa delivery fee kasi nga wala ng middleman. Kawawa nga lang yung yung taga-check nung nung inventory. Pagbukas nila ng crate, nandun ka pa sa pinakalikod na likod yung item mo. Tapos tapos imagine mo yung in-order mo lang pala. Like maliit na item lang, kunwari takip ng cellphone, yung mga ganun, o kaya charger lang ng phone. Tapos doon siya nakalagay sa mga sa mga mararaming maliliit na package. Wala na, GG na. So, anong review ibibigay mo sa ganung delivery sa ganung service, 'di ba? 4/5. Item is expertly packaged and yun nga lang medyo matagal mag-deliver. Nandun na sa site, nandun na sa bahay yung package, nag-arrive na pero ang tagal pa rin bago ma-release yung product. So, yeah, apparently the ship is from Lithuania at ang crew niya ay Russians and Ukrainians, and yeah, investigations are ongoing after initial efforts. Apparently nasira din yung ship, na damage yung yung likod. It was super grounded, so it's gonna take a lot of effort for the tugboats to actually get it back to to open sea. I'm not sure as of now kung okay na siya. Pero kung sakali, kawawa naman yung mga neighbors dito, no? Nagising ka, no? Time to enjoy my beachfront property. Pagtingin mo sa labas, wow, may barko. I mean, I guess it's gonna be different for some people. Some people would think that would be awesome, right? Like, oh my god, there's a big ass shipping thing in front of my house. On the other hand, like, shit, bababa yung value ng property ko kasi may random barko dito. Imagine worst case scenario, hindi na nila pwedeng i-salvage yung ship, no? Meron ka ng permanent feature sa sa view mo sa labas, o, 'di ba? Literal nga sila, door to door shipping talaga. Yeah, it gets shipped by a ship. Tapos yung nila, anong gusto niyo, ma-ship using ma-ship using a truck? That's stupid, 'di ba? That's stupid. So, ito yung committed talaga tong fulfillment company na to. Gusto talaga nila i-deliver sa inyo by a ship. piece of shit. Ang importante, tong boat na to hindi bumaliktad, 'di ba? Hindi tumaob. So, safe naman. Kahit grounded siya, there's no oil leaks or or anything. That would have been a nightmare for the people here. Imagine mo, nag-invest na tayo sa bahay na ganito. Sa wakas, we have a beachfront property. And there's suddenly a big ass ship here. Yes, ang boat pag binaliktad taob, yeah. Hindi siya taob, fortunately. Tsaka intact pa yung mga cargo niya, di ba? Panis. So yeah, yan ang first news for today natin. And the next news natin, of course, is just it's supposed to be weirder than the previous one. And there we go. This pwede po ba COD? Tapos sobrang tagal bago umalis na. Kawawa naman yung sunod na shipping nun. Anyway, dito tayo sa next news natin. German performance at a cathedral receives backlash. And I'm not sure if this is visible on your end, guys. But it's a bunch of people holding raw chicken wearing diapers. Yeah, it's now that I realize, I feel like this is not good for breakfast, people. So the performance is called Westphalia Side Story, and this took place inside Paderborn Cathedral in Germany as part of a regional anniversary celebration. The act featured shirtless dancers waving scythes and holding raw diapered chickens while singing a parody of Live is Life, replacing the lyrics with Meat is Meat. And this was held in a cathedral, so I feel that's like sacrilegious or stuff. Tapos, one of the audience is actually the German president. So the president was watching this. Si President Frank-Walter Steinmeier. And even the church officials were also in attendance. So, yeah. The performance triggered public outrage, with critics calling it disrespectful and sacrilegious. Over 22,000 people signed a petition demanding a formal apology and the reconsecration of the cathedral. The dance troupe said it was an artistic exploration of Westphalia's rural past, not intended to offend. Church and regional leaders apologized, saying they didn't fully vet the show beforehand. Kasi ganito yan eh. This event doesn't look like it belongs in a cathedral, right? I mean, it's a cathedral. It's a place of worship, diba? I'm not a religious guy, pero I believe I know enough to say that this is the kind of stuff you shouldn't be doing at church. And this is a foul performance. Oh my God. Now imagine if someone tried to make, tried to make some sort of reference here. He puts the diapered chicken. Actually, diba, this is the wrong way to make chicken jockey. Kasi diba ang chicken jockey is a kid zombie riding, it's a baby zombie riding a diaper. A diaper. Baby zombie riding a chicken. The chicken is not the baby, so why is the diaper on the chicken? You have to put the baby on the chicken. You don't treat the chicken as the baby. That's the wrong way to make this chicken jockey meme, guys. Also, yeah, it's a fucking waste of chicken. I believe so. Nahawakan na yan, nalamog na yan, di ba? Hindi mo na rin pwedeng lutuin yan pagkatapos. I mean, the president was there and the church officials were okay with it. And someone asked earlier, like, anong tawag dito? Someone asked earlier about what happened to Germany. I mean, to be fair, this is Germany, so they're kind of wild out there when it comes to stuff like that. I guess they could have used a baby doll, but no, yeah, or a plastic or a rubber chicken. A rubber chicken that would have been more. It would have been silly, and I still don't get how it's how Westphalia is connected to chicken in diapers, but I guess I don't know. I guess some context is required. And then again, people were just signing a petition demanding a formal apology. Uh, well, it's just a petition, though. I get the people who were offended, but at the end of the day, a petition is just a petition. An egregious crime, most foul. Yeah, and this is like something that only lowly pheasants should be doing. Classless pheasants. It's so low class. I ran out of chicken related puns to load up this to ride that hype. So I don't know what else to do about that. Pero ako siguro naman. Tsaka ito pa. At one point, 'di ba? There are multiple people who approved this event. So like not one of those people in charge of the church, or I guess even the local government and even the showrunners, not a single one of them uh not a single one of them passed no one ever said like, hey guys, maybe this is a bad idea, maybe we should think about it before choosing a fucking church as the venue of something that's it's gonna be controversial. Siguro okay. Now that brings me to another conspiracy. Maybe they know this was gonna be controversial, and they were expecting the bad publicity. They still think that their performance flew over their audience. Well, um, it's another chicken pan, I know, but that's another bird related. But I think, yeah, I really think that they know that it was gonna be bad. It's just that they're banking on that publicity to put more eyes on the event, diba? To get more attention, diba? I mean, was it a good form of marketing? Because any publicity is bad publicity. I don't know. Maybe for them. I really think that was a bad idea from the start. I'm not sure it's worth the, I mean, I guess the backlash is only a petition. There's not really much to say about, and I feel like this is one of those things that you're gonna forget the next week, even if you were one of the people there. Like, I'm so offended. I'm gonna file a petition, pero like the next week, wala na. I don't really put much faith in petitions and collective rage, stuff like that. It rarely works in the offended people's favor. Worst things for best thing that would happen is like, maybe the church is gonna say sorry, and regionally there's the local government. Maybe they're gonna say whoops, teehee, okay, and then we're done. Yeah, next time guys, if you are gonna do a play like this, at least naman, 'di ba? Dun sa Bayanihan Center sa Pasig na lang, or somewhere else where events are actually expected, not in a cathedral. Imagine mo nangungumpisal ka lang, no? You're just this random German person. You just want to take your kids or yourself to church, you're gonna go to confession or just gonna pray. Then you see this bunch of people. So instead of a priest, you see bunch of topless people holding up chicken in diapers. Yeah, definitely not a winner chicken dinner moment. Well, to be fair, it might have you know, it could be worse. They could be holding turkeys. 'Di ba? Imagine if they were holding actual turkey. That's even worse. 'Di ba? Kawawa naman yung church people They have to wipe the floor clean because syempre bits of chicken juice would be like on the floor. So that's like a salmonella risk, I guess, to them. Something that's not really a problem. But anyway, yeah, so that is the second news for today. Just don't hold place in churches, okay? There's a different set of performers there. Probably a toddler size. Oh, di ba? Tsaka toddlers, I mean, yeah, I think they'll still need diapers at that age. But I'm not sure why I'm thinking of that. Yeah, move on na tayo sa next news natin. So, since meron naman, we do have the meat here, might as well, di ba? Add something else. There we go. And this is our next news for today. And it's about the murderous mushroom meal. And so anong context nito? Well, this is actually ignore the beef Wellington. It's actually the mushroom that's the problem here. Because apparently this happened in Australia. So everything's trying to kill you in Australia. And that includes your dinner. So Erin Patterson is on trial in Australia for allegedly poisoning 4 people with a lunch that included a deadly death cap. Deadly death cap mushrooms. This actually happened last year, pero it got brought up, I think, because of a recent trial. Yeah. So 3 people died, and then a fourth one survived but was super heavily hospitalized. And a lot of people think this was a case of murder, but the suspect has pleaded not guilty to the cases kasi she claims that this was an accident. Apparently, the suspect collects mushrooms, store-bought, and she gathers mushrooms sometimes. And she said she mixed store-bought and wild mushrooms. And ang motive niya to put the mushrooms there is because she thinks the recipe was a bit bland. So she was like, let's make this, let's improve the flavor. Let's make the flavor, let's make this meal so delicious it's to die for, something like that. And here's the funny thing. Okay. Normally, kung yun lang yung info, I think people would, people would say, oh, no harm done. It wasn't out of malice. Na-aksidente lang. Maybe the suspect didn't know that those mushrooms were poisonous. But a lot of people think that this was deliberate. Kasi ito yung mga clues. First clue, she frequently harvests mushrooms. This is not her first time harvesting mushrooms, so she probably knows what's good and what's bad. Because if she didn't know what's good and what's bad, there's a big chance that she'd have poisoned herself already. Diba? So, yan yun. Na-experience na siya sa mushroom gathering. Pangalawa, the dinner itself, the get together, was supposed to be a basically a celebration party, because she was supposed to have survived cancer recently. Yeah, she lied about having cancer. And then she was like, hey, I underwent a procedure to treat my cancer. And to celebrate that, let's get together. So, lying to get people there in that one spot to enjoy dinner. Okay, so that's the second one. The reason they were eating was a lie. Pangatlo, okay, that's the second. The third one is she threw away the food dehydrator used to eat the mushroom. I used to prepare the mushrooms or the food. So yeah, it's like it's screaming. You know, you like you know that this is a bad thing. This dehydrator might be used against me as evidence. So yeah, she threw away the hardware used to prepare the food. And the most and then the last evidence is that you know the victims are her former in-laws and the ex-husband. So so you invite your ex-husband plus your parents-in-law to a dinner based on a lie. And then you throw away the dehydrator. And you claim that your mushrooms, you didn't know that your mushrooms were poisonous. And even though you've been gathering mushrooms on the regular, so you should have enough experience to know what's good and what's bad, diba? Yeah, this is not looking good. So yeah, I strongly believe that they have the whoever's prosecuting this has a strong case, di ba? So guys, ang moral lang ang lesson lang dito guys, the moral of the story is that do not go to dinners set up by your ex-partner, especially if it has mushroom in it. I guess yun yung ano. Kasi pag tapos na, di ba guys? Move on na kayo. Ba't ba sila pumayag in the first place? Kala ko ba divorce na kayo? It's not looking good. So again guys, so pag tapos ng relationship, move on na. Wag na mag-reunite. Yung reunite na yan, nako, dyan tayo nagkakandalo ko. Ito mo nangyayari dito. Nadamay pa yung parents mo, di ba? So yeah, that is our third news for today. And that means it's time. Well, wala tayong breaking news ngayon kasi wala masyadong ganap sa mga tao ngayon. So, for now, ang ano natin ay yet another bullshit Guinness World Record. So, ano nga to? So, for those na nandun sa last episode, hindi ko na-explain sa inyo. I-explain ko na lang sa mga bagong dating. So, this is an alternate to our breaking news kapag wala masyadong urgent stuff na nangyayari na worth reporting sa Twitter as a breaking news. Ito muna yung gagamitin natin. Dahil marami to, guys. Marami tong bullshit Guinness Book of World Records. Oh, what's that? 100-meter dash in like 4 seconds? Wow, that's amazing. Oh, what's that? Heaviest weights lifted with your feet? Okay lang yun, walang problema. Pero when it starts getting ridiculous, this is where we talk about it. Okay? This is where we talk about the most frivolous and most unimpressive world records. And what do we have today? What kind of bullshit record we have today? Well, I'm glad you asked, Susan, because our next record, for this episode, we're gonna talk about the this most snails sitting on a face. Yeah, that's the record, I guess. So, anong storya about this? Well, this happened in the record attempt happened in Utah. During his birthday, Finn Kelleher set out to break one of the weirdest Guinness World Records. And that record is most snails on a human face. Reclining in a chair while his friends carefully placed garden snails across his cheeks, forehead, and nose, Finn needed to keep each snail in place for at least 10 seconds for it to count. After multiple attempts, there's multiple attempts, and after several tries, They were able to get 43 live snails on his face for 10 seconds. Haha. Wow, wow, what an impressive feat of skill and something, I guess. Put snails on your face. What's the sadder part about this? There was a previous record. I'm not sure who even had the previous record. I think the previous record was 36. So they added 43. Don't even make me do the math. It's probably around 8-ish. I don't... Yeah, 8 more or something like that. Tama ba? 36 plus 8. Tinan mo, sobra. 7 lang pala, oh. 7. Just 7 more snails on top of the previous attempt. Huh. Okay. Isn't that gross? I mean, there's this weird practice where they put snails on your face. They call it a snail massage. I've heard about it before. I think sa Japan siya or some other Asian country. It's a gimmick. Some spas or some spa or massage parlors offer snail massage, and they just let the snails, walk on your face basically. This is like step on me, mommy. If mommy has 1 foot, which also doubles as a stomach, and is slimy. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, apparently that's a thing. Yeah. But I guess congratulations to Mr. 43 live snails guy. But you have to watch out because here's the thing. This guy is actually only 11 years old. So, pagtanda niya, his face is gonna get bigger. He can probably try another attempt. And then he's gonna have like, I don't know, 50, 60 snails next time, diba? I guess congratulations to whoever attempted this record. And watch out, he's gonna keep, pushing the limit on how much snails you can put on your face. And then I don't know, maybe he'll be more selective. Pag matanda na siya, he'll have a better way to pick snails to maximize the snail to face ratio. And then I don't know, there might be a competitive sport about it. Competitive snail face sitting. God. Anyway, let's not overthink about it. Let's move on to the next news. Next news tayo, guys. Next news. And okay, for something that's actually impressive, there we go. Man who sailed the open seas with his cat finally reaches Hawaii. And, this is from Oregon. So, this guy, his name is Oliver Widger. He quit his job. He sold everything, bought a boat, and then he set sail for Hawaii in April. And he has nothing but his cat there. He only had his cat. The cat's name is Phoenix, by the way. So yeah, this happened because of it's an almost midlife crisis. You'd probably think this was foolish, but kasi the thing is, he was told that he has a spinal condition, and that it would leave him paralyzed in the near future. So he was like, oh, screw this. Well, I still have my spine intact, while I can still move. I'm gonna chase my dream, and my dream is sailing the open seas to go to Hawaii. And he has like minimal sailing experience. And zero steady income. So he really has to quit. He really had to quit everything. The 28-day voyage had its challenge, so it only took 28 days, which kind of impressive actually. Considering he has zero experience and zero other people on the boat, it just has a cat. He experienced a lot of mechanical issues, rough seas, and a cat. Do you know how needy a cat is kapag mag-isa lang siya and confined in a small space? It's not like this cat can just step outside of the boat and explore the thing. It's the open sea. But yeah, he made it after 28 days. He arrived on May 24. And then of course he was also recording stuff sa ano niya sa phone niya. He has a TikTok account. Sailing with Phoenix, that is TikTok account, and it gained over 2.7 million followers during that 28 days, turning him into a viral sensation. So basically, meron na uli siyang career. May career na siya sa TikTok, I guess. Even if it's short-lived, at least, 'di ba? I'm hoping that 2.7 million big account, would generate enough income not just to regain what he lost, but also to fund his medical stuff. Me, personally, I wouldn't go out there in the ocean. Like, you know how old things can get sa ocean? I guess, it's just water. It's just water. Everywhere you look, it's just water. Sa Sea of Thieves nga, minsan naiinip na ako just going from one island to another. Especially kapag like, for example, example, you're playing Sea of Thieves, and the next island is like around, your next destination is like halfway across the world map. That would suck. Nakakainip yun. Paano pa kaya 28 days out there? And it's not just a video game. It's real life. So if you need to turn something, you really have to exert yourself. And again, the cat. Where is the cat pooping? You must have 1 month's worth of kitty litter on board. Otherwise, it's gonna be all over the place, diba? And then of course, you need the cat supplies. And mahirap makatulog aside from the rowdy-seas, you have a cat. You know what cats do when you're asleep? They make you not asleep. they make you not asleep because cats have this sense of they have this odd sense of timing na the more relaxed you are habang tulog, the more likely they are to start throwing stuff off ledges, climbing on stuff that shouldn't be climbed on, mga ganon. So extra challenge. Parang I guess for companion, but there are volleyballs. Volleyballs are cheaper and less maintenance, much more lower maintenance. I mean, I guess it also could be worse, diba? He could also have brought a dog with him. Now that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck big time pag aso yung nandun. mas magulo, mas needy. So, yeah. I mean, someone was able to do it with the chicken and the raft. Si Hey Hey sa Moana. Pero siya kasi native islander siya. Ito galing from Oregon pa, 'di ba? So ang question na ngayon, cat litter is the ocean. it just walks towards the edge of the boat, does its business, and then that's it. And then while doing his business, nahulog yung pusa. Oh no, I have to swim. I mean, I guess kung wala naman naghihintay sa'yo dun sa yung pa rin tanong, what happens pagbalik niya? What happens pagbalik niya when all is said and done? Is he gonna stay in Hawaii? Or is he gonna be like, has to fly back to Oregon, to mainland US, I guess, to resume his life? I mean, he still has to get his spine fixed. So, hopefully the TikTok, hopefully his TikTok account is generating enough income for him to sustain life after that. Or maybe he could buy another boat, go to another trip. Next time, Hawaii was just the checkpoint. We're gonna keep going to Guam and then to Philippines and then, gonna do a round trip on my sailboat. So yeah, congrats on him for reaching Hawaii after 28 journey. Ganun talaga na pag nape-pressure ka ng life-changing revelation, like your spine only has this much and then it's over for you. So might as well do everything. Hindi ka national citizen, aray. Actually, paano 'yon? Nakakuha ba siya ng... Hindi, sa bagay, US state para naman yung Hawaii. Pero yeah, anything beyond that, no? Excuse me, you're outside the jurisdiction of the United States. This is no longer US territory. Yeah, so... Next natin the news. I think this is the last one, and this is Mongol. More like Goliath. Yeah, because this is a giant pencil here. As you can see, his pencil is big. That's a big pencil. And this is an event that happens every June. So in Minneapolis, a neighborhood gathers to sharpen a giant 20-foot number 2 pencil. That's oddly specific. Well, yeah. It's this one is made from an old oak tree, and this has become tradition kasi John and Amy Higgins, a couple that lives here apparently, they turned a storm damaged tree into public art. So yeah, they had an oak tree, got hit by lightning, got damaged by strong winds, and it died. And instead of throwing away the wood, they was like, okay, let's make art pieces using its dead body. So it's basically, hey, free wood to work with. And one of the main highlights and one of the biggest pieces of art they made using the dead oak tree is this giant pencil. And you know how pencil is, you can't write with a pencil if it's not sharpened. So yeah, every year they give this pencil a few turns to to resharpen it. And it actually became super popular. The event draws over 1,000 people every year. It even includes music concerts. Some people go here dressed in pencil costumes, like they're like dressed as pencils, and even lots of people, just sightseers. Did they try to use it to write something? Actually, that's a good question. I hope they do. I hope it does, but they have to fill that. That means they have to fill it with the giant like lead tip. But yeah, they have a custom built sharpener, and they give it a few turns every year, just to shave a bit of the thing. And it's become like a symbol of, a local symbol of renewal and creativity. And then yung mga the pencil, I mean, the pencil is called Prince apparently. This pencil has a name. It's Prince. And purple pencils are handed out to honor Prince's birthday, adding local flair to this quirky, feel-good tradition. I mean, it's a dead tree, diba? Nothing else to be done about it. Might as well make this a tourist attraction to generate more income, diba? Pero yeah, I wish they could have like put the giant lead tip on it. Even, just I don't know how they're gonna do that though. That's a lot of lead to work with. Pero I hope they use it to try to write something. Tsaka ilang years kaya to? How many years does it have left until it's completely used up? Have you guys ever used pens? Yung mga artists, I think, I believe the artists here, yung mga people who dito sa chat, I'm pretty sure they're familiar with I'm pretty sure they're familiar with sharpening pencils to the point that they're super short. You can barely hold them. Me, I've never had a pencil long enough that I always lose them even before they're halfway done, unfortunately. So usually by mga 75%, mawawala. It's gonna get lost, or it's gonna get snapped for some reason. I've never had the pencil actually get sharpened enough na it gets super short. Yeah. If it's less than an inch, I will put it to your pencil case. It's gonna be on the Arcade Hall of Fame. You guys have survived long enough to be short enough. Apparently. Yeah, pero sa akin yan, nothing. Yeah, I haven't had a pencil survive more than a week without getting lost or broken, or maybe both. Especially nung elementary. You know when you're elementary, you're stupid and disgusting. So sometimes you chew on the pencil. Okay, maybe that's not a normal thing, but I've seen people who chewed on pencils before. It's like, if you know what a chewed up pencil looks like, yeah, that's why. Nananakawan din ng pencils. Um, and then, there are people who are medyo high-end. They have their mechanical pencils. Oh, mechanical pencils. You press the thing and the lead. Speaking of which, never din ako nagkaroon ng mechanical pencil that where the lead lasted long enough. It always, tooth marks sa body ng pencil or sa eraser part ng pencil. Yeah. I always envied those people with big ass pencils when I was in elementary. True, the big pencils with the I'm not sure if it's still the same, pero when I was a kid, when I was in elementary, the big pencils were the ones with the dark blue coating. Wooden pencils are great but messy. Yeah, true. One of my hobbies when I was a kid was sanding off the paint. Sanding off the paint from the pencil until they have this luxurious wood finish. On my engineering class, we are not allowed to use mech pencil. Why? It's engineering. It's mechanical. It's like perfect, di ba? I have a friend na I think you guys have seen I think you guys know this, but one of my friends have become viral because of his pencil art. Yeah. So when I said pencil art, he makes art with his pencils by carving the lead. So, yeah. Nagva-viral naman. Yeah, I think I've seen his works go viral every now and then. He usually just carves names of people uh, on the pencil. I'll bring up an image kasi baka madok siya. But yeah, one of my friends is known for making mini sculptures using the lead in the pencil. So he sharpens it up, exposes the lead just enough for him to work with, and then he uses a fine knife. I think it's an X-Acto knife or a Dremel. I'm not sure what he uses, but he carves names. Sometimes small sculptures. I believe the most impressive one that he has done is like this chain. He made the chain link using the lead pencil. So you see a pencil with a chain link made of lead attached to it. Pero marami yun, mga nakakailang attempt siya before he actually finishes it. Those big pencils are actually for kids, if I'm not mistaken. When I was a kid, I had like one of those. I only had those like once. And then never again. Every other jumbo pencil that I used was borrowed. And there are also pencils na I'm not sure if it's still a pencil. Yung pwede mong you can pull on the wood to sharpen it, like it spirals out. Jumbo pencils with jumbo crayons. Magic pencil. There we go, magic pencil. So well, as someone who's been in a major art group, the art po ba to kind of group, I think the favorite is the number 2 pencils. Number 2 and number 3 pencils. Yeah. Pulis ako doon. Yeah, anyway, yeah. Ano nga yung pinag-uusapan? Oh yeah, giant pencil, oak tree. Hi Watage. How's your stream? I hope it went well yesterday. Well, early this morning. Anyway, yeah. So, next time, sana, no? Sana makapunta mo, you know, I would like to visit this one just for the novelty of it. But I really, for me, it's gonna get old fast. But still, diba? I just want to witness this giant pencil get sharpened. Like, how many turns do they do every year? How do they tell if it's re-sharpened already? Why is it even? Why does it have to be resharpened? Does the tip get dull every now and then? Oh, thank you for the hydrate redeem. Hindi, inom lang ako. So this episode is brought to you by Tubig. It's water. Tubig. Next natin na news, of course. I think this is our 5th news for today. That means it's time for Florida Man section. Si Florida Man! And Florida Man, of course, guys. Kailan natin siya? Kaibigan ng walang kaibigan. Kakampi ng walang kakampi. Kaaway ng walang kaaway. At tagapag-api ng walang umaapi. Unfortunately, guys, okay, I have some bad news for you guys. So, in the previous episode of Bullgar, Florida Man was fatally shot after being bitten by a crocodile. Yeah, so that happened sa previous episode ng Florida Man. So, habang patay pa si Florida Man, you know, the Florida people are like, oh no, what's gonna happen to us? We won't have a Florida Man is not Florida. The state of Florida is not safe without Florida Man. Well, actually, it's safer, but you know, it's not gonna be as fun. Or maybe it's gonna be more fun. But you know, we don't have a Florida Man. What is Florida without Florida Man? So yeah, unfortunately, wala siyang recent hijinks na good enough for Bulgar this episode. But you know, someone has to step in. Every time you know, every time the people loses a hero, another one steps up. And I'd like to say it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Florida Man, but the next one is a bird. So, ang catchline na lang niya is, what the fuck? It's a Floriduck! There we go. This is our new hero stand-in habang naghihintay pang mag-respond si Florida Man. And wag kayong mag-alala, si Floriduck is just as Florida Man as the actual Florida Man. And according to my news, this just happened recently. So si Floriduck was causing trouble in a Cape Coral neighborhood and was recently rehoused to a sanctuary in Central Florida. The aggressive duck, na we're gonna call Floriduck, was reported as pecking and chasing residents, making life difficult for the community. So that's typical Florida Man behavior in duck form. So Floriduck is a Muscovy duck, and the males of that species is known for being way more aggressive. Don't let Floriduck know about what Germans did with the raw chicken earlier. So Floriduck is a male Muscovy duck, which is well known for their aggressive reputation. And after videos of Floriduck went viral, the animal rescuers, oh my god, the villainous animal rescuers, rescuing animals since 19 something. So they had to step in, catch Floriduck, and relocate it to a central sanctuary. And he now lives peacefully with other Muscovy ducks, according to the news. But we don't believe that, because Muscovy ducks are the Florida men of the duck community. Yeah, they're literal Floriducks. So, unang-una, welcome to the world, Floriduck. And pangalawa, I believe the government is making a serious mistake trying to rehouse and putting this Floriduck into a sanctuary. Because you know what happens when you just put Floriduck in a sanctuary? He will bust out. He will bust out of that sanctuary riding an alligator. I don't know, pistols in both hands, wings, both wings, quacking, and then he's gonna inspire another untitled duck game. Parang ganon. Yeah, Floriduck saves the day, ruins it himself, you know, release the Quacken. Yeah, release the Quacken. Yeah. So every time something happens, people are gonna be like, what the fuck? It's Floriduck. Yeah. So, yeah, welcome to the world, Floriduck. We are screwed. But, that's just Florida things. So, when, collab with Florida Man when, well, hopefully kapag nag-respond na si Florida Man at meron na siyang medyo Bullgar saved you. Kasi legit, when I was looking for Florida Man news earlier, I was like, oh my goodness, why is this all murder cases? What? Really? So, yeah. I'm not sure if we're gonna have Florida Man next episode, but you know what? That's enough of the news. Let's go to the VTuber community. Let's see what we have in store, diba? Let's see what we have in store. So let's kill this one. So for this episode, we'll have to use a different music, and I'm pretty sure some people are familiar with this soundtrack because it's time. It's time to go back to our to this one. Masyado malakas. There we go. Sabi pag tama na yung sound, ganyan lang yung background natin. Okay. Okay ba? Hindi masyado malakas? Because it's time. It's time for the next section, guys. Yeah. Now we have to take it down low and mellow because I am going back to the library, to the archives, and we are gonna open the Bible. Yes, the Bible is back. And it's back with a vengeance, guys. So, ano po ang Bible, guys? Well, I'm glad you asked. The Bible is a collection of the Holy Scripture, the unholy Scripture, actually, taken from the PH VTuber community. So, guys, if you know anything that might go to the Bible, well, just let me know, and we will archive it, for the future generations to set as an example. Good example or bad example? Well, what is good and bad in the world recently, diba? Anyway, yeah. This is why we're going to hell. Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, this is rich coming from someone. That's anyway, yeah, let's check out these tweets. I mean, what tweets? Oh, these tweets? Okay. Sige, let's go. So, from our first scripture is, open your Bibles and turn to Izanami 5:16. Yeah. So, Izanami 5:16 according to the scriptures, it's actually a quote. So let's start with Joel's tweet for some context. So Joel wants to see more VTuber couples that are themed together, like a knight and their escort, or a mech and their driver, or a spoon and a fork, maybe the moon and the sun, stuff like that. And then Izanami with her infinite yabai knowledge was like, I thought when Joel said couple, she was thinking maybe a knight and their horse, diba? I don't know how to put it. It's like, why would you think that when you think couple? A knight and their princess. You know what? Mas acceptable pa yung a knight and their dragon. But no. The first thing that our infinitely wise Izanami was thinking was a knight and their horse. Izanami, I have a question. Please share your wisdom. In what way? Baka ibang ano to yung knight sinasakyan yung horse in a different way. Oh my god. What the brony hell is that? But yeah, so that is the first verse of that we're gonna read from the Bible, and this is the level of yabayness that we're talking. There's a horse in this house. Yes. Um, I'm gonna ride my horse. Yeah. In something like that. Baka siguro this aspiring knight when I was growing up, he's probably gonna he probably overheard the nobles like, haha, I have like money and horse to enjoy, yeah. And then akala siguro, horse, like the horse, the chikidig, yeah, kind. And then apparently he got the message wrong growing up, so he went from squire to knight to let's just say a medieval brony in that age. So yeah, and that is the scripture from Izanami 5:16. So anyway, PSA guys, do not ride the horses that way. It's unsanitary. So next is next excerpt natin is from the book of Mahalia, chapter 3, verse 31. And according here sa scriptures is this is actually a self-confession. So he accidentally opened a BL art of Meteor and Emmet while in church. And she's so sorry. She's sorry, really sorry, because it was really NSFW and spicy. And it was, I mean, delicious. I mean, what? Yeah, she, the power of that BL, diba? The power of that BL is so much that she was saying sorry, and it was so spicy and delicious, and she got lost again. She got reclaimed by the power of the spicy BL art of Meteor and Emmet. Meteor and Emmet, by the way, for those who don't know, Meteor and Emmet are characters from this weird game. I don't know. I don't know if this game is popular, but I heard this IP is popular. I think it's an indie game or something. It's Final Fantasy 14 or something. Yeah. I guess the writers I guess the indie game is popular to a certain. There's a cult following maybe. I mean, considering how Ia behaves when it comes to Final Fantasy stuff, there's definitely a cult following because Ia is cult-ish when it comes to Final Fantasy stuff. Yeah. Imagine not just opening a spicy NSFW work, but opening it in church. My goodness, Ia. Para kang yung they remind me of the German people with the chicken diaper thingies earlier sa episode ng but yeah, that is the excerpt from the book of Mahalia. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more of those in the future from the same book. But it's time to move to the next verse. And that is Avery chapter 6 verse 12. And according to the scripture, she said, "Damn, I gotta cancel today's stream. I was really looking forward to drawing one of my viewers pregnant." You know what? Normally, I wouldn't think of it as sus. Because, sometimes you draw someone pregnant, to celebrate their maternity or stuff. Their pregnancy. Hey, congrats on your pregnancy. Here's a fan art. But this is Avery we're talking about. I've been there. Watagiyuwa, if you're still here, you know what we're talking about, right? So, she's looking forward to drawing one of her viewers pregnant. Is this wholesome? I can't say maybe. Knowing her track record, yeah, maybe not. Leaning towards totally not. But you know what? But that's the nature of the Bible. The Bible moves in mysterious ways. You don't know if it's actually sus or it's actually not. That's how it gets you guys. Like, maybe this is in the harmless context. Maybe this is in the sus context. And then the next thing you know, you're already drenched in yabay from head to toe, sipping into your clothes, and you're seeing it and whatnot. Okay, and that is that for the Book of Avery, chapter 6, verse 12. So next natin is none other than, actually this is a rare one, guys. This is a rare scripture. This is from Bakunawa, the Book of Bakunawa, chapter 6, verse 5. And to add some context, someone on Reddit posted this picture. And I know you guys already know, just not even looking at BB Bakuna with Boss BBB's tweet. I know you guys are also thinking the same thing. No. I'm just gonna give you chat, I know you guys are also thinking the same thing as Boss BBB. And that is Mpreg. 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 Yeah. Don't say you did though. Whoever is gonna say I don't know what you're talking about in chat, I would like to respectfully completely disagree with your take. You totally know what you saw at first. But yeah, Mpreg is a video format. You know what? It's not a video format. There could be a video about it. Oh, a video format as in yung format ng content. So you're gonna start with the usual format. You start with the intro, and then the process, and then it's not a video format. It's a content format. It's a trope. Pero ano ba? I think my first exposure to this kind of this particular tag is like way back then. Ano nga to? I think it's fanfiction.net. And then I was just looking for fanfiction. I wasn't really looking for spicy stuff. And I was in the Pokemon one. Probably fanfic.net or fanfiction. I'm not sure if anong. But when I was looking for Pokemon stuff, so high school ako kasi I was still into Pokemon back then. So I noticed that some of the art was like some of the works by the synopsis, like Ash got Gary pregnant or the other way around. And that was like, that doesn't make sense. How does that work? But apparently, it was popular back then. I'm pretty sure it's still popular right now. But yeah, anyway, click at your own risk, guys. By the ano ba tong MPRG na sign na to? Well, this is just a gallery program. This is a poster of a gallery program for Mornington Peninsula Regional Gallery. Unfortunately, yeah, it has the same vibes as how a certain military organization down south is mistaken for a popular adult video tag. Yeah, that. Yeah. Kawawa naman sila. I mean, to be fair, I believe they had this initials way before the tag got popular. So yeah, that is the excerpt from Bakunawa 6 verse 5. I can't believe how this one word, repeated 4 times though, this one word evokes so much raw emotion from people by default. So those who know. Anyway, so I believe we do have another one here. This is from the Book of Kira, chapter 6, verse 8. Okay, this one requires a little bit set. I kind of remember. So let's start with this one. This is this is a depiction of Celia. So the Skylark. Yeah. Miss Skylark's standee. And well, this is not your Bible content, guys. This isn't your Bible. This isn't sus enough for the your Bible. You know what's sus enough for your Bible is this tweet. There we go. Steppies, please. Steppies, please. So Kira was asking, ako when I saw this, like, nice standee. Oh, I guess this is supposedly how tall the VTuber is. This isn't the first thing that comes to mind. What is steppies? It's let's say it's the opposite of uppies. You know how when people ask for uppies, where you ask the person to put you above them by holding you up? This is the opposite of uppies. Steppies is when you go underneath a person, where the person steps on you. So yeah, that's basically the opposite of uppies. Steppies. Uppies is wholesome. It's cute. Steppies. No. But yeah, guys, do not do not the high heels. That's gonna hurt. But I guess that's also a thing for some people. Not me. That hurts. But yeah, steppies, please. So this is the one that is part of the Bible, the steppies one. When you see someone like this in high heels, and you're like, I want to be stepped on by that mummy. Yeah, then you earn, congratulations, you might just earn a spot in the holy archives of the Bible. And that, our friends, is the Bible. Let's bring us to sane music again. And there we go. Let's stop that music and let's go back to our regular programming. And it's time for the shoutout section. And the shoutout section is very, very special to us. Kasi all of the shoutouts here for this episode is related to the biggest VTuber event this month. I'm not sure if there's gonna be a bigger one later this year, but this is notably more VTuber oriented compared to the other events. And this is the OnLive 2025. So most of the shoutouts here, I believe all of the shoutouts here are related to that event. And that event is gonna be happening on June 15 sa Bayanihan Center, Pasig. Pasig yun, sa Pasig, guys. So here we go. This one is not related to OnLive, but yeah, we'll start with this kasi this is also notable. We were able to secure slots for si Benjo, tsaka si Ibo Light. Yeah, they have their amigurumi dolls. They're ready for production. It's gonna start in September, so pre-orders are now available. There's a standing version and there's a seated version. Look at that shit. So the prices for these are kind of tallish. These are 7 to 8 inches. So the standing amigurumi dolls are 4,000 pesos, and the 3-inch version, the sitting ones, are 2,500. Shipping sa Philippines is free, and these are for September slots. So if you want your amigurumi by September, guys, please feel free to pre-order. She has the application form sa sa Twitter niya. Nakalink dun sa Twitter niya. So go to her Twitter. It's there. It's BAINJ. So yeah, that is where you should check out the form for if you want your amigurumi by September. And the pre-order period is only from June 4 to June 14. So we only have like how many days left? It's June 10 right now. Guys, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 days. O nga naman, June 14, it's June 10. Oh my God, napag-math pa ako guys. Pero ganyan tayo guys, we learn something. 4 days from now is June 14. Ah, diba? Now you know. Wala ako nung sound file ng ano eh. Now you know. Dapat pala mayroon akong ganun sa Redeem. Anyway, yep. Check this out. This is great for if you for supporting other our PH VTuber friends here. Si Evolite tsaka si Benjo. Alright. Next natin na shout out of course. Ito na. Let's go to the online stuff. So we are starting with Lomi, part of the Insider group. And thanks to the success of the event, Last Cosplay Carnival 2025, we are doing another run of the PH VTuber Gacha for OnLive 2025. Get your wallets and RNG ready for we have a new set drawn by none other than Lomi. She is gonna be on EX02, so booth EX02. I don't have the map here. Even if I did, I won't be able to show it here because it's probably gonna be like it's gonna get too small to fit on the screen. But here is stuff that you can get. You can have Asha, you can have Bacon, you can have Pandora, you have Morphe. Morphe is also here. Let's see, we have, let's see kung nandito lahat ng mga, Iya is here. Diba? And, nandiyan ba si Izanami? Wala si Izanami. Wala yung mga na-feature sa Bible kanina. Si Iya pa lang. So, ito si Izanami. Izanami is also here. Iya is here. Si Kira. Nandito ba si Kira, Kat? I think nandito rin siya somewhere. But yeah, anyway, yung mga one of the, some of the popular, the common names sa PH VTuber community, there's a good chance that you support at least one of these people here. So there's your chance to grab your own personal SSR. So meron ba ditong rare, may common, may Not really. Everyone is SSR in their own right, guys. Even you guys, because everyone is SSR in their own ways. O, diba? Natuto pa kayo ng lesson about So, next natin, the shoutout is of course the rest of the Insider Studio group. So, in coordination with Pygmalia, we will be setting up shop at OnLiveCon on June 15. So, they have merchandise like vinyl stickers, button pins, hololive and doodles. Of course, syempre, mostly primarily merch ng ng talent nila. So, like I said, booth is on EX02. Feel free to go there. Malaya may meet and greet pa pala. May meet and greet kaya sila? Most likely meron din siguro. So, yep. Definitely check those out. So, next shoutout natin is of course si Pandora. And yeah, after enjoying, magpa-perform din siya sa stage. She will be boothing with Naya Torinko and Lunali Hoshi this year. And here are the merch. Here's the stuff that you can buy from her booth. This is table EX03. So, sulat nyo na yun. Dito EX03 si Pandora. You have stickers, you have the tote bags, and the keychains. Ako kaya, magkaka-merch kaya ako. I'll think about it. Alright. Kung magkaka-merch ako, sabon. Yun. Muscle Cruise Mud Soap. Yeah. O kaya mud pack, di ba? Yung sa facial, ganoon. Yung nilalagay sa mukha, tapal sa mukha. Yun, ganun sa Muscle Cruise Mud Pack. Something like that. Alright. So, meron din tayo nito. Shoutout rin kay Kira na na-feature sa Bible kanina. And si Morphe. Yeah, Morphe is also gonna be there. And Silbear. They're gonna be talking about they're gonna be talking about voice acting related stuff. And syempre, probably part of their VTubing career na rin. So they're gonna have their own guest panel. If you guys want to, maybe you can ask them questions and all that stuff. Definitely go there. Mamaya ipapakita ko yung schedule, don't worry. Morphe, lagi ko itong nakakolab. Si Kira, I actually met Kira back on the previous con. I forgot which con that was, but that was one of the few ones that I attend. I rarely attend cons, and if I go to a con, it's usually just to meet someone. Unfortunately, I meet too many people. Most of the case, pag mainstream na con, so napupuno yung schedule ko, napapagod rin ako minsan. But yeah, so if you guys want to meet Silbear, Kira, and Morphe, on live po. On live tayo, June 15. Next natin. So, yeah. Also, Kira is gonna be sharing booth with Mimo, a V-singer. So, technically, VTuber pa rin siya. Ganun. And they're gonna be on booth G02. And ito yung sample ng Magic and Mystic. There we go. That's the fun. Okay. So, ito yung this is her original. I believe this has been around for some time. I-feature ko lang dito yung sample ng kanta ni wait, tanggalin muna natin saglit yung para marinig nyo rin yung singing ni Mimo. There you go. Playing it. Sample pa lang yan, guys, diba? So if you guys want to listen to the full version, it's on the YouTubes. Feel free to give it a like nyo na rin, diba? Mag-subscribe na rin kayo sa kanya, diba? Kasi ganito tayo, guys. We support, like I said in the previous episode, we support other PH VTubers because the more we support them, the bigger they grow, the more milestones they achieve. Mas marami tayong content sa Bullgar. O, diba? So everything, support the PH VTuber community so that you can support me, diba? It all comes back to me. So, okay, next natin na ano nga to? 24. Meron pala dito ngayon ko na Okay, so 25. There we go. Slide 25. So next natin na shout out is these are the Doxables VT edition. And they are gonna be on table A16. This is Nyobsidian, si Tinanin, tsaka si Ria. And si Ria tsaka si Rie. Ayun, there we go. So the 2 R's, 1 N, and 1 W. So these are V artists and VTubers. They are gonna be at table 16. They're probably gonna be, they're gonna drop their catalog soon. Hindi ko lang nakuha yung catalogs nila at the time. But yeah. I believe I've been to Tinanin's and Obsidian's channel regularly for the past week. They were mostly doing the YCH content na they're drawing stuff on stream. Ria, I've been following Ria for a while pero hindi ko siya naaabutan mag-stream unfortunately. Si Ria hindi ko pa siya nakaka-interact but looking forward to that in the future. Definitely give them a follow. Kaya kita nyo naman din sa text yung blue. Ay, nababasa nyo ba yung text? It's barely, I'm pretty sure sa cellphone medyo mahirap siyang makita. But yeah, shout out to these for PH VTubers. Of course, VTubers na V artists are very, very nakakainggit. Magaling ka na mag-drawing, magaling ka pang mag-stream. Tsaka diba lagi kang may content. Lagi if you can't think of a game to play or a game to stream, you have your talent to back you up. You can be like, I don't feel like playing any game. Let's just do an art stream, diba? While yapping. That would be nice. Ako, I can't do that. I mean, I can do an art stream. Pero if I do an art stream while yapping, people are just gonna ask what I always ask sometimes. Art po ba to? So yeah, so there we go. Check them out. A16. Bayanihan Center Pasig. Yay! Sa OnLive 2025. And our next shout out is si Orion Mint. So Orion Mint is gonna be going to OnLive as well. She's gonna have a few keychains, phone charms, and pins sa G07. So she is gonna be there. I believe anong character niya? Her character avatar reminds me of Officer Jenny. This actually nakita ko lang siya yesterday when I was looking for stuff na related sa online, I was like, oh, I like the character design. So I'm gonna follow her sa Twitch and sa socials niya. Hopefully we get more content na hopefully ma-feature siya sa Bullgar, then for some other types of content, hindi lang shoutouts. Malay nyo, di ba, next time siya na yung sunod na maka-cancel. I really like the model design. It's so clean. It's so clean and the color palette is unique. Di ba? Alright. Next natin, I think she's a train conductor based on their emoji mark thingy. Ano ba to? Actually, let me check yung profile nito. Yung Orion Mint. Ano siya? Train conductor based on the uniform. Orion Mint. There we go. Train conductor nga yun. She was a Afterlife's train conductor. So it's like Charon but on rails, I guess. So yeah, definitely give her a follow and check out her stuff sa GO7 sa online. Next natin is si Eggy. I'm not sure kung na-feature ko na si Eggy, but since I'm not sure, might as well put her stuff here sa shoutout section. So if you want to get some Eggy merch, come visit their booth at G05. They have sticker tags, standees, keychains, tote bags. What's an omanju? I'm not sure what an omanju is. Polaroid and A4 prints. Diba? Meron kayang VTuber fan na ang kinokolekta exclusively is one type of merch. Like, I'm just gonna collect all the tote bags. Or, ano ba pinaka-usong merch? Usually, it's the standee tsaka keychains, no? So, I guess those ones are easy. Their tote bags, ngayon lang, parang recently lang ako nakita na marami na ang merch ay tote bags. So that's a good start. The sticker tags is also good. In spirit lang ako. Ako rin pag ganyan in spirit. Nakakapagod kasi nakaka-drain talaga social battery itong conventions. But yeah, we always support, just like thoughts and prayers, we also shout out. We boost the visibility. Hopefully, boost yung visibility pag na-feature sa Bullgar. Alright, next natin, remember about GO5, dapat may listahan tayo ng map eh. Meron tayo dapat na wrap up eh. So, this is, okay, I wanted to shout out everyone. Yung iba na shout out ko na sa previous episodes. And this is gonna be only for the performers to. These are only for the performers though. I wasn't able to get the full directory kasi a lot of the booths there also feature non-VTuber related stuff. So, focus tayo sa VTubing stuff. So, performer booth, G1 to 7 meron. Basically, VTubers G1 to 7, that row of booth, yun, puro PH VTubers yun. So, and then 1:35 PM, you're gonna have VTubers performing. Ayan, nandito siya, Asha, si Ruby. Ayan, nandito, si Orion was gonna perform ng 2:10. Ayun, kanina na-feature na. Okay. So, Asha is there. Suki ito sa Bullgar. Ruby Rosie, si Benjo. Si Benjo nandun din. So, suki rin to. Si Fuyumi, Pandora, Amay, si Marinyan. Ito, tropa ko to. Si Orion. Pero half VTuber na lang siya. Mostly cosplay na rin siya. Si Orion, si Inayama ito, si Chije. Oh, si Mama Goat nandito rin. Si Sen, si Cilia, tsaka si Husky. Tapos magkakaroon din ng medley concert. Maddie's gonna be there. Na-feature na rin siya. Soulsync. Hindi ko pa nakikilala si Soulsync. We have to interact with them in the future. Furia, yun, kailangan ko rin yun. Si Mimo, yung kabooth ni Kira. Evo Light, Mihoyana, Eggy, tsaka si Dasu. Alright. So this is basically the stuff. Pero guys, you can always check the OnLive's official Twitter account. They have the map. They also have I believe they also have the directory. So yeah, check nyo na lang. Kailan to? Sa Sunday na to, di ba? Well, there are two reasons why I'm not going there. One is malayo. Natamad akong bumiyahe. Pero I wanna go there kung marami akong kasama, pero di talaga pwede eh. Kasi minsan nangyayari sa akin masyado marami talagang kasama. Hindi ko alam kung kanino ako didikit. Magiging pabalik-balik ako as usual. Tapos, eto guys, sa sa 14, hindi rin ako pwede kasi magpapatato ako sa 14. I'm gonna get more ink on my body. I'm gonna have a Hydra painted on me. Or well, I'm gonna have a Hydra drawn on me somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. Probably sa braso or sa hita. I'm not sure. Pero yeah, I'm gonna get a new tattoo this 14. And 13 is our wedding anniversary. So ni farmers. So yeah, we can't be streaming ng wedding anniversary because that's gonna be awkward, right? Ilang years na kami? 10 years na kasal. Yun. 10th year wedding anniversary. Woo! Hooray to 1 decade. Tama ba? 15, 20. Oh, tama. Oh, 10 years na kami. 10 years na kaming kasal. So, that's 15 years together, I guess. So, yeah. So, that also means, unfortunately, walang Bullgar sa 12. Kasi, sa June 12, walang Bullgar. Maybe guerrilla stream at most. Pero, yeah, I can't be preparing Bullgar the day before, baka hindi na rin ako mag-stream ng June 12 siguro. Alam ko holiday sa Pilipinas pero may trabaho ako ng June 12. Well, technically, I can work anytime. It's just that I choose to work rin ng June 12. Sayang eh. But, yeah. So, as usual, guys, kung gusto nyo ma-feature, if you find the content that you think is worthy of the Bullgar, kung gusto nyo ma-Bullgar yung something, feel free to send it to me via Discord, via Twitter, diba? If you want to support your favorite PH VTuber, may milestone sila, cancelable acts or interesting clips. O pag sinabi kong cancelable, yung wholesome lang for example, ito, nalaman na na mahilig sa ganito, that's mahilig sa maling, that's substance abuse, maling. Diba? Maling abuse. Yung ganon, mga ganon level lang. Wag naman yung wag naman yung drama. We don't want drama here, diba? So, yeah. That is all for nag-exist lang ako, canceled na ako. I'm not sure, 'di ba? Ewan ko. Sometimes things just happen, 'di ba? Sabi nga nitong isang Mire, sabi nga nung isa dito na where is that? There we go. Sabi nga nila dito, 'di ba? Oh, nandito pre. There we go. It is what it is. And that is the episode. This is today's episode of Bullgar. Sana natuwa kayo sa balita. Sana anong no? Anong no ka dyan, ha? Wala. There is no. There's only it is what it is. Yun. There is what it is. That's the only thing there. And that brings us to another episode of Bullgar. Hindi ako makakapag-stream ng Bullgar sa Thursday. But, it's just how things are for now. Let's see if we can raid some. Oh, Quago as usual is streaming. So let's go to Quago the Owl. Quago the Owl, one of the most interesting VTubers I've seen kasi she makes her own life. She makes her own avatar. She makes her own background. She makes her own emojis. And she's a good yapper. She can yap all while playing super effectively. You rarely see her like completely locked in. And she always plays games that feature owls in them. Feel free to give her a shout out. Here's the Carabao Stampede, of course, as usual. Give her a follow, give her a like, give her, share her stuff. Nasa na tayo? 627. We are at 627 followers. Konti na lang, 634 na. We're gonna have a karaoke stream soon to celebrate our 617 milestone. Pero hindi pa naka-schedule eh. Malalaman natin yon. But for now, let's give Quago a Carabao Stampede. Oh, by the way guys, please keep it safe for work. She is very wholesome. Keep the sus to a minimum pag nandan, ha? Okay, goodbye guys. This is Bullgar. I'm Muscle Cruz. This was Bullgar. And we're at Stampede. Bye-bye! Gutom na ako. Raid na tayo. There we go.